I think you are well ready right now. We moved up to page number 72 on the last class, and from the end of the page number 72, today we would move on. You know, Chubukov, very much excited at the news, has just left for his daughter to break the news of the marriage proposal. Lomov is left on the stage. What he speaks now in a soliloquy, he opens his heart. He unbears his intention clearly. Right now, let us see what he speaks. It is cold. I am trembling all over, just as if I had got an examination before me. The great thing is, I must have my mind make up. If I give myself a time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. So, students, here is the present situation or philosophy or intention of Lomov. He is breathing out the inner designs of his heart. He is telling that this is not the right time for searching a real love. Okay? If he considers those situations and if he looks for those things, he will never get married. He will never get married. He knows it. And then he feels nervous and he says, it's cold. Natalia is an ex Natalia is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking and well educated. What more do I want? This is the particular speech. You must remember, my boys and girls, what are the qualities of Natalia mentioned by Lomov himself. Lomov says that Natalia is an excellent housekeeper. Point number one. Point number two, not bad looking. And point number three, well educated. So, a guy of 35 years with much nervousness and palpitation cannot expect a better lady than Natalia. Isn't it so? Have you understood? Again, he is so excited. He tells, but I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement. After telling this, he drinks water, and it is impossible for me not to marry. These are the two lines that he is feeling very much excited, he is feeling very nervous, and he also tells that he shall marry because marriage will give him a calm and peaceful life, a regular life. That means marriage will regularize his life. He knows it. He knows it very well. So, why marriage is very important for him, now he declares and now he announces, now he tells, now he justifies. Let us see the justification. Go on. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitation. I am excitable and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling, and there's a twitch in my Right eyebrow. But the very worst of it, of all, is the way I sleep. Please, students, underline this portion. But the very worst of all is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull, and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit, and lie down again. But as soon as I begin to get up to sleep, there's another pull, and this may happen 20 times. So, students, here is the tragedy of a 35 years old guy, that he cannot sleep well, that he cannot take his rest well. So he needs a very regular, calm and quiet life. And to ensure this regular, calm, quiet and peaceful life, he needs a marriage. A marriage, the bond of marriage, the bond of conjugal life can remove all these ailments or illness from him. Am I understood? My loving boys and girls, am I understood? Natalia enters. Natalia Stepanovna. Well, there, it's you. And Papa said, go, there's a merchant come for his goods. Go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do? Even here you can taste the juice of comedy. Natalia tells that her father reported her that a merchant, that means a big businessman, has come to their house for goods. You know, goods means commodities. It is very laughable. It is also very shocking that how can a father compare her daughter to goods or commodities. But here is the comic feature of the proposal by Anton Chekhov. Lomov didn't answer the question directly, how do you do, but repeated, how do you do, honored Natalia. Natalia, you must excuse my affront and negligee. We are shelling peas and drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. They sit down. Won't you have some lunch? Natalia at first begged pardon from Lomov for her loose fitting gown that is generally worn at house, and also tells that she was busy in shelling and drying the shelling peas and drying them. Now she also exclaims why, after so many days, Lomov has paid a visit and asks him to sit down, and then uh, invited for lunch. Okay? Lomov, no thank you. I have just some already. Lomov very gracefully declined the offer of having lunch there because he has done already. Okay? Go on, go on. Then smoke. Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I feel greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have wised a bit. But what is this? Why you are in evening dress? Well, I neighbor, are you going to a Natalia speaks out. She is speaking all the way. She is telling that she has done a mistake, tempted by the weather. She cut a field of corn, but it was a rainy day. Right now, the today is very splendid day. That means it is a fair day without clouds and rain. And after talking, talking, and talking, her eyes fell on Lomov. Lomov was putting on evening dress. So she asked curiously why he is putting on such dress. Natalia continues to ask him whether he was going to a ball. Ball means Russian ball party. Her whole curiosity lies on the smart and party dress of Lomov. And again and again, she is asking him why he was putting on such a dress. Okay? So, Natalia is actually smarter. Natalia is uh, ambivert. She is rather extrovert also. I think she is actually flooding and overpowering Lomov with words. The words are coming out like flood, the water of flood. Okay, students? Lomov, he is getting excited. You see, honored Natalia, the fact is, I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry, but aside, it's awfully cold. Lomov is still trying to break the proposal of his heart, but he cannot break because he is such a uh, chicken hearted fellow. He is not a brave hearted fellow. He is neither a fox nor a lion, but a chicken. So he cannot tell in this way. He tells it